Hey everybody, Ryan here from Rhino Hockey Channel. Alright, let's get started with the games from the 3rd of May 2021. Alright, if you have not done so already, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and make sure leave some comments. It's always nice to talk to people. Because you know what? It's always fun to talk about hockey. I enjoy it all the time. Well, not all the time. I guess there are times I don't. And by the way, I want to apologize for over the weekend. I had some technical difficulties where I lost all my templates, so I had to start from scratch on this thing. And also, I am in the process of reflooring my entire house. So, right now, I am basically packing my house up to move out of it for 2 days and to move back into it again. So, if I am a bit flaky on the weekends, it is because I am packing and it is an annoying, terrible process. So, just give me a heads up. Alright, let's get started with this video. That part does not matter much, I guess. I guess it kind of does if you enjoy watching the videos. Alright, let's get started. Dallas versus Florida. Ooh, Dallas take a hit tonight. 4-5, they lose in overtime. That does not help them catching up to Nashville. Alright, minute 53 into the first. Jonathan Huberdeau's 19th from Owen Tippett and Keith Yandel. Has Tippett been injured lately? Because it's been a while since I've seen his name on the score sheet. 2:42 into the first. Nikita Gusev's 4th from Brandon Montour. Hey, 2 new Florida Panthers combining for a goal. Alright, 12:04 into the first. Joe Pavelski's 22nd goal on the power play from Rupe Hintz and Jason Robertson. Then at 14:13, the Panthers regained the 2-goal lead. Mackenzie Weegar's 5th from Tippett and Grigory Denisenko. Then at 17:16 of the first, Hintz scored his 15th goal of the year unassisted to make it a 1-goal game. 45 seconds into the second period, Gustav Forsling would score his 5th goal of the year from Denisenko and Barkov. Then, at 3:55 of the third, Dallas would move within 1. Joel Kiviranta would score his 4th from Tanner Kero and Jamie Alexiak. Then it took all of 11 seconds after that for Tyler Seguin's 1st goal of the season. Now, I am unsure. I didn't catch many games over the weekend, so I'm not sure if he started playing over the weekend or if this is his first game back since his hip surgery. Now, either way, congratulations to returning Seguin. Hopefully, you can have a better season next year. But at least you got this goal in. That's always good. And who knows, if Dallas sneaks in the playoffs, it definitely doesn't hurt to have a second back on the team. And that was assisted by Denis Gurianov. Now we go into overtime. 2:50 into overtime. Alexander Barkov's 26th goal of the year on the power play from Yandel and Weegar, giving Florida the 2 points, sticking 2 points behind Carolina. Or did they tie him? Maybe they tied him. I can't remember if Carolina plays tonight. Alright. Florida outshot Dallas 43-29. They beat them in the faceoff dot 52-48. Dallas was 1 for 2 on the power play. Florida 1 for 4. Penalty minutes were 23-9. Hits were 33-23. Blocks 17-9 in favor of Florida. And giveaways 14-12, 14 for Florida. Ottinger made 27 saves for 964 save percentage in relief for Khudobin, who made 11 saves and a 733 save percentage. Spencer Knight played the entire game for Florida, 25 saves, 862 save percentage for the victory. A hard victory, but a victory. Alright, New York Islanders versus the Buffalo Sabres. And the Sabres extend the Islanders' woes, if you can call them that. I'd call them the awful lot of terrible, because they have been terrible of late. Unless they play the Rangers. That seems to be the one team they want to play. Alright, first period, 9:15 into the first. Adam Pelech would score his 4th goal of the year from Josh Bailey and Anthony Beauvillier. Second period, Islanders make it 2-0. 10:42 into the second, Oliver Wahlstrom's 11th from Pelech and Palmieri. Palmieri got a point! It's a miracle! What is that, 2? Oh, gosh. If you want context for what I think of Palmieri on the Islanders, look up the video of The Rock when he was in wrestling, talking to Billy Gunn, called the Little Billy spiel. Go look it up. You'll understand. 14:04 into the second. Tage Thompson 7th on the power play from Jacob Bryson and Rasmus Ristolainen. Yes, I know Palmieri's name is not Billy, but still. The general meaning of it makes sense. Moving on. 11:25 into the third. Buffalo ties the game. Rasmus Asplund 7th from Sam Reinhart and Tage Thompson. Then at 15:56 of the third, the game-winning goal would come from Reinhart from Ristolainen. Then at 19:08, Reinhart would score his second goal of the game, 25th of the year, to make it 4-2 your final score. Buffalo with the 2 points, now only 4 points behind Anaheim, who plays later. We'll have to see if they extend that point lead. Come on, Anaheim. Don't extend it. All right, shots on goal were 40-36 in favor of Buffalo. Islanders, wow, just come on. These are the type of games you need to win before the playoffs to get some confidence, Islanders. Instead, you lose them. Face-offs were 54-46 in favor of the Islanders. Power play 0-for-1 for the Islanders, 1-for-3 for Buffalo, 6 penalty minutes for the Islanders to 2 for Buffalo. Hits were 20-13 in favor of the Islanders, blocks 15-4 in favor of the Buffalo Sabres, and giveaways 11-4, Islanders with 11. Varlamov made 36 saves for 923 save percentage in the loss, and Hauser, is that Hauser's first career start? If it is, congratulations to him. If it isn't, congrats anyways. 34 save win with 944 save percentage. On to Boston versus New Jersey. New Jersey seems to have Boston's number. Boston's only beat them once in regulation, and I believe only twice all year. Oh, Boston won this one, 3-0. Alright, 9:08 into the second. Nick Ritchie's 14th from Jacob Subriel and Sean Corrali. I always mess up saying his name. That time I got it right. Second try. 17:54 into the second. Patrice Bergeron's 20th from Brad Marchand. Then at 6:43 of the third, AJ Greer would get a boarding penalty, a minor, in which case Connor Clifton would fight him, and there's your fight for the game. 17:17 into the third, Matt Grzelcyk's 5th goal of the year from Marchand and Bergeron, giving us our final score of 3-0. Boston outshot New Jersey 42-20. See, that's how you play Islanders against a team that is definitely not making the playoffs. Face-off, 52-48 in favor of New Jersey. Both teams 0-for-1 on the power play, 7 penalty minutes each. Hits were 18-7 in favor of Boston, blocks 12-9 in favor of Boston, giveaways 12-5, New Jersey with 12. Not Victor Rask, wow. He's on Minnesota, not Boston. Tuukka Rask, 19 saves, 19 saves shutout, if I can talk, for the victory, and Wedgwood, 39 saves, 929 save percentage for the loss. Unfortunately, he played really well in this game, honestly. If it wasn't for Wedgwood, it would have been a bloodbath. Washington versus the Rangers. Speaking of a bloodbath, 6-3, the Capitals win this one. There would at one point be a major scrum in this. Amazingly, no fighting majors. But at one point, Tom Wilson went after, I forget who. Oh, I think it was Zibanejad, after a whistle. And pretty much it was the Rangers' first line against the Capitals' tough guys. It was a bad matchup, but I'll give Panarin this. He went after Tom Wilson, not giving a flying fudge what is going to happen to him. And Wilson took some liberties, which at this point in Wilson's career, is even worse saying he's a POS at this point. I'm sorry. But if you don't know it already, you haven't been watching hockey. Because this guy is one of the worst. I mean, he's not a Steve Otto, Sean Avery with the talking and faking, dropping gloves with people. He's just dirty. Just a dirty player, I'm sorry. If you're a Capitals fan, that's fine if you love him. That is perfectly fine. It's just like, for me, I hated playing against Kessler, but God, I loved having him on my team. Because, you know what, I didn't have to deal with him anymore. But you know what, that's just the situation here. And you know what, if you like him, that's fine. You like the way he plays, that's fine. It's stupid crap that like that, where he takes a liberty with someone like Zibanejad after the whistle. Come on. You know who you are. You shouldn't be going after someone like that. And you know what? The Rangers, boo on them for not having someone in that lineup that can protect these guys against someone like Wilson. Good God. This is the problem with with hockey these days. Everybody's so scared of all the fighting in that, and it's like you let someone like Tom Wilson go out there and run around and attack people like Zibanejad and Panarin. It's like you don't have the guts to protect your guys. You're gonna get what you get, unfortunately. Do I like seeing guys injured? No, but is Tom Wilson gonna hurt someone like that? Probably. If history shows anything with Tom Wilson, most likely. Luckily, no one was hurt in this situation, but come on, protect your guys, especially your top guys. Anyways, moving on from my rant. 14-12 into the first, Nick Dowd's 10th from Carl Hagelin and Garnett Hathaway. That 15-44 of the first, Connor Sheary's 13th from Michael Raffl and Tom Wilson. Honestly, I forgot Michael Raffl was traded to the Capitals. I forgot all about that. So I'm not sure that's his first point since coming over, but either way, he had a very good game. And I mistyped something there. I think that was supposed to be his 6th assist of the year. Oops. 18 minutes into the first, Mika Zibanejad's 21st from Artemi Panarin and Pavel Buchnevich. Panarin hitting the 40 assist mark. Alright, 2:30 into the second, Zibanejad's 22nd on the power play from Ryan Strome and Panarin, tying the game at 2. 4:35 into the second, Rangers take a 3-2 lead. Capo Caco's 9th from Lexi Lafreniere and Kevin Rooney. Then 18:30 into the second, Hathaway's 6th from Dowd, making it 3-3. Then 4:37 of the third, Daniel Sprong's 12th of the year unassisted would make that a winning goal right there. And the Ducks trade him for what? Yep. 12 goals. Could have helped them this year. Really could have. 11:41 into the third, Nicholas Backstrom's 15th from Raffl and Nick Jensen. Then 18:34, Wilson has 13th from John Carlson, putting salt in the wound of the elimination from the playoffs for the Rangers. 6-3 the final for the Capitals. Shots on goal were 40-26 in favor of the Capitals. Faceoffs 53-47 in favor of the Capitals. Power play 0-for-1 for the Capitals, 1-for-4 for the Rangers. Penalty minutes 22-10, 22 for the Capitals. Hits were 20-16 in favor of the Capitals. Blocks 8 each, and giveaways 10-8, Rangers with 10. Vanacek had 23 saves for 8.85 save percentage, and Shesterkin had 34 saves for 8.72 save percentage in the loss. And like I said, the Rangers are now officially eliminated. We now have 4 teams in the East settled. That would be the Boston Bruins, New York Islanders, Pittsburgh Penguins, and the... Why am I drawing a blank on the 4th team? I cannot think right now. Oh, there's so many games for tonight. I'll know it when I see it. Pittsburgh versus Philadelphia. Philadelphia slapped Pittsburgh around. 7-2. 5:58 into the first, Kevin Hayes 12th from Joel Farabee and Jakub Voracek. 14:08 into the first, Shane Gostisbehere's 9th on the power play from Travis Konechny and Claude Giroux. At 15:12 of the first, Giroux's 15th from Konechny and I misspelled Konechny there, and Sean Couturier. Then, finally, Pittsburgh gets on the board. No, they don't. 7:50 into the second, Wade Allison's 2nd goal of the year from Scott Law and Shane Gostisbehere. Now Pittsburgh gets on the board. 2:30 into the third, they shoot down that shutout. Sidney Crosby's 21st on the power play from Letang and Malkin. Then 8:24, they get their 2nd goal. Jason Zucker's 8th on the power play from John Marino and Kasperi Kapanen. Now the comeback is shut down hard. 11:37 into the third, Farabee's 17th from Voracek and Travis Sanheim. Then 17:39, Giroux's 16th unassisted. Then 18:55, Robert Hagg's 2nd from Farabee and Voracek, giving us our final score of 7-2, Pittsburgh being slapped. Oh, the 4th team in the East Division is Washington. Yeah, forget Washington. Shots on goal were 45-37 in favor of Philadelphia. Faceoffs were 68-32 in favor of Philadelphia. My God, Philadelphia slapped them around pretty hard in some categories here. Power play was 2-for-4 with Pittsburgh. They were better in that category. 1-for-3 for Philadelphia. Penalty minutes 10-8, Philadelphia with 10. Hits were 18-16 in favor of Pittsburgh. A very light hitting game considering these two teams' history. Blocks 17-13 in favor of Pittsburgh. Giveaways 12-7, 12 for Pittsburgh. Now, DeSmith had 33 saves for 892 save percentage, and Jerry 5 saves for 714 save percentage. Lyon had 35 saves, 946 save percentage in the victory. Alright, but of course it's too little too late for Philadelphia. They've already been eliminated, so now it's time to let the young guys play. Let the older guys who may need surgeries or something like that, or just rehab in general, let them have their time to relax and rest for next year. Chicago versus Carolina. Another team that was eliminated, Chicago. And they lost this game 5-2 to Carolina, who is still on top of the Central by 2 points. 6:33 in the first, Dougie Hamilton's 10th from Vincent Trocheck and Warren Fogle. At 13:34, Martin Necas 12th from Trocheck and Jake Bean. Then at 4:42 of the second, Sebastian Aho's 22nd from Svechnikov and Shea. Then 9:52 into the second, Aho's second goal of the game, 23rd of the year, on the power play from Hamilton and Stahl. Chicago finally scores, making it 4-1. 18:35 into the second, Ian Mitchell's third from Dylan Strome and Dominic Kubalik. At 14:38 of the third, they'd make it a 2-goal game. DeBrincat's 26th from Kubalik. Then at 18:44, Sebastian Aho would complete the hat trick, his 24th of the year, from Jesper Fast. Make it 5-2, your final score. Aho with the first hat trick of the night. It will not be the last. Shots on goal were 38-18 in favor of Carolina. Face-offs 59-41 in favor of Carolina. Power play 0 for 3 for Chicago, 1 for 3 for Carolina, 6 penalty minutes each. Hits were 26-24 in favor of Carolina. Blocks 16-11 in favor of Chicago. Giveaways 15-12, Carolina with 15. Malcolm Subban had 14 saves, 7.78 save percentage before being replaced by, is it Dila? I think that's how you say that name? Or Dila? Dila. I'm going to go with Dila. 19 saves for 1,000 save percentage, but no victory. Nedeljkovic, 15 saves, 882 save percentage for the victory. Alright, on to Nashville versus Columbus. Nashville wins this one 4-3 in overtime, extending their lead over Dallas, making it harder for Dallas to get that 4th spot in the Central. Alright, no scoring in the first. 9:01 into the second, Philip Forsberg's 12th from Ryan Ellis and Ryan Johansson. Then 11:29 into the second, Johansson's 6th on the power play from Tolvanen and Forsberg. Then 19:16 of the second, Roman Josi's 7th from Ellis and Cousins, making 3-0 going into the third. Then at minute 54 into the third, Emil Bemstrom's 1st from Roslovic and Delzato. At 7:26, Bemstrom's 2nd of the game, 2nd of the year, from Grigorenko and Delzato. At 15:07, Bemstrom would complete the natural hat trick to tie the game. Nice way to score your first 3 goals in the NHL, from Seth Jones and Roslovic. But it would come too short, though, in overtime. 3:24 in, Roman Josi's 8th from Eric Halla and Kalle Jarnkrok, giving us the final score 4-3, Nashville winning. Nashville outshot Columbus 38-32. Faceoffs 56-44 in favor of Nashville. Power play 1 for 4 for Nashville, 1 for 3 for Columbus. Penalty minutes 8-6, Columbus with 8. Hits were 21-13 in favor of Nashville. Blocks 11 each. Giveaways 5 each. And goalies, Saros 29 saves, 906 save percentage. And Merzlikins 34 saves, 895 save percentage in the loss. On to a North Division matchup, Toronto versus Montreal. And Montreal wins this one 3-2 in overtime. I believe that is snapping is snide. Or if anything, at least they're hopefully getting out of one because they've been not so great. I know that Cole Caulfield got his first goal over the weekend and I missed it, unfortunately. 407 into the first, Morgan Riley's 5th from Alex Galchenyuk and William Nylander. Then a minute 55 into the second, Toffoli's 28th on the power play from Suzuki and Petrie. I put from in there twice, wow. 17:21 into the second, Austin Matthews' 39th goal of the year from Muzzin and Thornton. Barring injury or being bent or just being put on the bench to rest, Matthews should hit 40 goals and will be our only 40 goal scorer, barring McDavid going on a beast streak with goals. But there you have it. 1908 into the third. Philip Deneau's fifth from Suzuki and Petrie. Then overtime, 4:43 in. Cole Caulfield's second goal of the year. Second overtime winning goal in as many games from Petrie and Suzuki, giving Montreal a much-needed 2 points. Alright, Toronto outshot Montreal 29-23. Montreal beat them in the faceoff, 52-48. Toronto 0 for 3 on the power play. Montreal 1 for 4. Penalty minutes were 8-6, 8 for Toronto. Hits were 30-19 in favor of Montreal. Blocks 23-13 in favor of Montreal. Giveaways 25-14. Montreal with 25 giveaways and they still won. Wow. Campbell had 20 saves for .870 save percentage and loss. And Jake Allen 27 saves, .931 save percentage in the victory. Another North Division matchup. Winnipeg versus Ottawa. Now, Winnipeg is coming into this on a 6-game losing streak. And just looking all around awful. Let's see how they did. They lost to Ottawa. Yep, that happened. Alright, 11:31 in the first. Connor Brown's 18th of the year, shorthanded from Nick Paul. Then 9:46 into the third. Winnipeg ties the game. Josh Morrissey's fourth from Neil Pionk. Then, with 1:13 left in the game, Ottawa scores the game-winning goal. Nikita Zaitsev's third from Drake Batherson and Connor Brown, giving Ottawa the 2 points and Winnipeg a 7-game losing streak now. Yikes. Terrible time to go on a losing streak, Winnipeg. Because now they're tied with Montreal for third place, and they're looking down the barrel. If they continue this collapse, then they could potentially miss the playoffs now, after looking pretty solid for a while there. Shots on goal were 29-18 in favor of Winnipeg. Face-off 64-36 in favor of Winnipeg. Power plays 0 for 6 for Winnipeg, 0 for 3 for Ottawa. Penalty minutes 14-8, 14 for Ottawa. Hits were 30-27 in favor of Ottawa. Blocks 20-10 in favor of Ottawa. And giveaways 7-6, Ottawa was 7. Brossoit had 16 saves, .889 save percentage and loss. And Gustafsson 28 saves, .966 save percentage for the victory. The rookie looking pretty solid out there, honestly. On to Anaheim versus St. Louis. Now, I did not get to do this because I didn't do the games over the weekend, but Ryan Miller announced his retirement, will be retiring after this season. Played his final home game for Anaheim, and it was really, really good video they did for him, and also really classy of both Anaheim and LA, the way they treated him after the game. LA lined up, starting with Andrzej Kopitar, the captain, leading the way. He shook his hand. I mean, these are bitter rivals at times. I mean, Grant Miller has only been a part of it for 2 years. But it was good on the Kings for what they did. And, of course, two of his longtime Team USA teammates, Dustin Brown and Jonathan Quick, were the next two to shake his hand and give him a hug, tell him congrats. So it was good. And also he got a win in that game, so it was nice to see. He did not play tonight against his former team, St. Louis. We'll see if he plays the next game. But they gave him a standing ovation there, too, tonight, so that was good to see. All right, St. Louis won this one 3-1. 5:52 into no scoring in the first. 5:52 into the second. Braden Shen would score his 14th goal of the year on the power play from Schwartz and Falk. Then at 6:17, like 15 seconds later, Ryan Getzlaf would score his 5th goal of the year on a terrible giveaway by St. Louis. But that would be it for Anaheim. 2:13 into the third, Robert Batuza would score his 1st goal of the year, and it would end up being a game-winning goal from Jordan Kyrou and Robert Thomas. Then 19:51 of the third, Ryan O'Reilly's 23rd of the year from David Perron and Justin Falk, ending the game 3-1. St. Louis outshot Anaheim 32-30. Anaheim beat them on the faceoff dot 51-49. Anaheim 0 for 2 on the power play. St. Louis 1 for 2. Penalty minutes 4 each. Hits were 15-14 in favor of Anaheim. Blocks 15-11 in favor of St. Louis. Giveaways 12-10. Anaheim with 12. John Gibson 29 saves, .935 save percentage. And Binnington 19 saves, .950 save percentage for the victory. All right, on to Vegas versus Minnesota. Minnesota won this one in regulation 6-5. Now they're only 4 points behind Vegas for first in the West, and we'll see where Colorado ends because they're currently tied with Colorado now after this game. 3:36 into first, Joel Eriksson X 18th from Jared Spurgeon. Then at 4:29, Vegas responds. Shea Theodore's 8th from Mark Stone and Brandon McNabb. Then at 6:05, Alec Martinez scored his 8th goal of the year on the power play from Riley Smith and William Karlsson. Then at 7:48, the Wild would tie at 2-2. Nick Bonino's 8th from Matt Dumba and Jonas Brodin. Then at 12:20 of the first, Alex Tuch would take the 3-2 lead, his 18th a year from Peyton Krebs. I believe that is Peyton Krebs' first point in the NHL. Congrats to him. And Nicholas Waugh. Then at 6:48 of the second, it'd be a 2-goal Vegas lead. Stone's 21st from Chandler Stevenson. Then at 8:44, Minnesota would make it a 4-3 game. Nick Bonino's 9th on the power play from Spurgeon and Kaprizov. At 16:04 of the second, it'd be a 2-goal lead again, 5-3. Jonathan Marchessault's 16th from Martinez and Karlsson. Then Minnesota takes over midway through the third. Kevin Fiala's 20th from Nick Bonino and Victor Rask, making it 5-4. The tying goal came at 18:28, Kaprizov's 24th from Fiala. Then the game-winning goal came less than 30 seconds later. No, more than 30 seconds. No, less than. Yeah, less than 30 seconds later. 26 seconds to be exact. Brodin's 9th of the year from Marcus Foligno and Jordan Greenway, shocking Vegas at that point, and winning the game for Minnesota. They were even in the shots, 32 each. Faceoffs were 57-43 in favor of Vegas. Power play 1 for 3 for Vegas, 1 for 2 for Minnesota. Penalty minutes 10-8, Minnesota with 10. Hits were 22-17 in favor of Minnesota. Blocks 10-7 in favor of Minnesota. Giveaways 8-5, Vegas with 8. Leonard had 26 saves for 813 save percentage, and Ken Talbot 844 save percentage on 27 saves for the victory. Next up, LA versus Arizona. And LA beat them 3-2. Arizona is losing ground on St. Louis now. Alright, 17:10 into the first. Christian Dvorak's 15th from Lawson Krause and Christian Fischer. At 17:45, the Kings would tie it. Trevor Moore's 10th unassisted. Then in 53 seconds into the second period, Jacob Chychrun will score his 17th of the year on the power play from Connor Garland and Alex Goligoski. Then at 7:40 of the second, Andrzej Kopitar's 13th from Kempe and Brown. Then at 13:40, what would end up being the game-winning goal, Alex Iafallo's 12th on the power play from Doughty and Kopitar. Arizona outshot them 34-25. Beat them in the faceoff dot as well, 54-46. Both teams 1 for 2 on the power play, 4 penalty minutes each. LA out-hit Arizona 35-29. Blocks were 12-1, LA with 12. Giveaways 7-5, Arizona with 7. Jonathan Quick had 17 saves for 895 save percentage, and Peterson 15 saves for 1,000. Kemper made 22 saves for 880 save percentage in the loss. Now, I did not catch it, but I believe Quick left with an injury, so that's unfortunate. But Peterson came in and was solid and got on the win. Next up, North Division matchup, Edmonton versus Vancouver. Edmonton won this one 5-3. 3:41 into the first, Jesse Puljujarvi's 13th from Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Then at 13:04 the first, Nate Schmidt's 5th of the year from JT Miller and Nils Hoglander. Then at 18 seconds into the second, Tyson Barrie's 8th from Puljujarvi and McDavid. McDavid hitting the 60 assist mark for this season. Then at 16:33 of the second, McDavid would score his 30th goal, giving him 90 points on the year. He's having a monstrous year again. 17:16 into the second, Miller's 12th of the year unassisted. At 19:15 into the second, Dominic Cahoon's 7th from Dmitry Kulikov, I believe that's his first point with Edmonton, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. At 16:33 of the third, Brock Besser's 18th from Bo Horvat, making it 4-3 at that point. Then at the 19-minute mark, McDavid's 31st from Draisaitl and Jujhar Khaira. So now McDavid needs 9 points in their remaining games in order to hit 100 points on the season. It is a possibility with him. Definitely a possibility. Edmonton outshot Vancouver 32-23. Vancouver beat them in the faceoff dot 53-47. Both teams 0 for 1 on the power play, 2 penalty minutes each. Vancouver outhit Edmonton 19-13, 17 blocks each. Giveaways were 9-6, Edmonton with 9. Koskinen 20 saves for 870 save percentage in the victory, and Braden Holtby 27 saves, 871 save percentage in the loss. Now for our last game of the evening. I know there are a lot of games tonight. Colorado versus San Jose. Colorado wins this one 5-4 as San Jose is eliminated from the playoffs already because of the St. Louis win, but this one sealed the deal. 5-4 in overtime for Colorado. 3:20 into the first, Vander Kane's 21st unassisted. Then 5:38 into the first, Mikko Rantanen's 29th from Nathan MacKinnon and Gabriel Landeskog. Then minute 57 into the second, Tomas Hertl would score his 17th. At 7:47 into the second period, Kane's second goal of the game, 22nd of the year, from Hertl and Barabanov. Barabanov's looked pretty good since he came over to San Jose. That's 4 points in 4 games now. A minute 18 into the third, Valery Nichushkin scored his 10th from Andrei Burakovsky and Ryan Graves, making it 1-goal game. Then at 3:32, Timo Meyer's 10th from Brent Burns and Mario Ferraro, making it a 2-goal lead again for San Jose. 8:59 into the third, Landeskog making 1-goal game again, his 19th from McKinnon. Then at 16:21, Nazem Kadri would score his 11th, unassisted, tying the game and sending us to overtime, where it take 41 seconds for Burakovsky to score his 16th from Makar and Rantanen. There you go. Colorado with the victory, putting them 2 points behind Vegas with the game in hand still. Colorado outshot San Jose 31-27. They beat them pretty bad in the faceoff dot 59-41. Power play is 0 for 3 for Colorado, 0 for 1 for San Jose. San Jose had 6 penalty minutes to Colorado's 2. Hits were 22-13 in favor of San Jose. Blocks 23-11 in favor of San Jose. Giveaways 7-4, Colorado 7. Grubauer had 23 saves for 852 save percentage for the victory. And Martin Jones 26 saves, 839 save percentage for the loss. There you have it. That is all the games that I have for you for this evening. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure to comment, let me know what you think of the games for this evening. And other than that, I'll see y'all next video. Bye, everybody.